Alright, so hello one and all, and welcome to another Danganronpa V3 discussion video. So I know I haven't done one of these in a long time, but that's because the game came out in Japan. But I just realized that the game came out in Japan, not in Canada and America. So the English-speaking and reading people probably have not seen the game, so that means that I can still theorize about it. So I just want to say before I get into the video, do not spoil anything at all, even the slightest detail of the game, please do not, for me and others who go into the comments below. But I do have to warn you about spoilers. Maybe the recommended videos, they might have spoilerish stuff in it, so beware of that. Anyways, what this video is going to be about is, as you can tell by the title, these are my Danganronpa V3 character survival predictions. So, if you didn't notice, the Danganronpa survivors always follow a specific pattern, every single time. But I'm going to go through a few to see if they work or not. I already know the answer. So let's try eye color. So Naegi and Yashiro have brown eyes, Kirigiri has purple eyes, Asahina and Byakuya both have blue eyes, and Toka has gray/purple? So now the Danganronpa 2 survivors. So Akane, Hinata, and Fuyuhiko all have brown eyes, and Sonia has blue, and Soda has purple. So far not really a pattern, but let's go to Danganronpa 3. So Asahina has blue eyes, and Kirigiri now has brown. Alright, yeah, no, we're not doing this. I'm not doing this game again. But I did do it. If you go in the link in the description below, you can find out if Junko is still alive or not, based on, you guessed it, eye color. Shamelessly plugging, yay. Anyways, let's go to a different pattern, one more simple. Genders. So in Danganronpa 1, there were 6 survivors, and 3 of them were guys, 3 of them were girls. So Danganronpa 2, with only 5, has 2 girls and 3 guys. Then Danganronpa 3, with 6 characters again, but only 2 girls and 4 guys, so no pattern here, but I have found a pattern that does actually work. It's a bit more complicated and somewhat more out there, but if you notice, it works. So let's go with, instead of their actual physical design, let's go with their internal design. That sounds weird. Their personalities and what they are to the story and to the fans. If you don't know what I mean, then just listen. Naegi is the main character. Kirigiri is the more quiet character. Asahina is the fun one. Byakuya is the bitchy one. Yashiro is the Saarud, and yes, I'm going to refer to him and those characters like that from now on. Toka is the scared/insane, depending on the scenario, character. So let's just go with scared. So now, as we see in Danganronpa 2, the survivors, Hinata, the main character, Akane, the fun one, Fuyuhiko, the bitchy one, Sonia, the more quiet one, and Soda, the Saarud. So since there's only 5 characters in this instead of 6, there is no scared character. So now let's go to Danganronpa 3. So Naegi, the main character, Kirigiri, the quiet one, Asahina, the fun one, Yashiro, the Saarud, Kyusuke as the bitchy one, and Ryota as the scared one. So we can assume who survives in Danganronpa V3, judging by this pattern. So these are the Danganronpa V3 characters, so I'll be using this pattern to see who will survive based on their appearance, not their personality. I'll go into that later. But just first off, appearance, let's find out who will survive. As we know, Kaidi is the main character, so it's obvious that she will survive. And then there's Suichi, who seems to be the more quiet character. Then there's Kaito, who seems to be the Saarud. Kokichi, who I already know a little bit about this character, from the trailers. He's the exception to the only appearance rule. He'll be lying to you through probably the lie mechanic a lot, and he's just kind of rude to people, so I can see him being the bitchy character. And then there is Alolan Angie, who is the fun character. So last, I chose Tenko to be the more scared/timid character. So anyways, those are my predictions for the Danganronpa V3 survivors. But that is not all. As you can tell, we're probably only about halfway through the video. So let's go to this other image. So this is a screenshot from the Danganronpa V3 trailer, a link in the description below. So this is an image of the Monokumas with the little dolls of all of our characters. Some of them are being hung and some of them aren't. And much like the Danganronpa 3 survivor theory, based on their little pixels, this will judge who or who doesn't survive based on who is hung. So if you notice, all the characters that are hung, which 5 of them, they are all from my prediction. I do have to remind you that I looked at this image after I made the predictions, just so it doesn't alter my decision at all. Though the thing is, Kaito isn't up there with the rest of them. He's down with the others who are all slumped over and look dead. But he doesn't look dead. He just looks like he's sitting there and having a good time with the other Monokumas. Is he evil? Is he the mastermind? But what I'm thinking this means is that characters think he's dead, but he isn't. And I'll explain it like this. So he's the ultimate astronaut, and he's never been to space, and it says that in his character description. Link in the description below, by the way, to see all of them. But I'll be talking a little bit about some of them. So he wants to go to space, but he hasn't before. So what if, just with Monaka, he goes to space, and he finds her and all that, and it turns out that they're on the same team and they're evil and something happens. Or Monokuma just launches him to space. But that would make sense because characters and us will think he's dead, but meanwhile, he isn't. So anyways, I've been saying for a while that I'll be looking at the characters with their personality to see if anything changes. As you can see on screen, there is only one change based on the personalities. So it goes from Tenko to Gonta. So I had a hard time choosing this one because no character really fit that scared / timid personality. Except for Gonta. Though his personality doesn't fit it too well, it does fit it somewhat. Based on his description, he has lived in a forest for many years of his life and he doesn't know how to talk to people. So he doesn't know how to talk to people, and judging by that, he's afraid to talk to others, and pretty much that to me makes him seem a little scared, but nothing on the level of any other character that is like that. So I just couldn't think of any other character, but I had to put 6 because it would work with the pattern. Or does it? So there's one other pattern that actually fits the Danganronpa characters very well, and I've actually already mentioned it before. Danganronpa 1, there were 6 survivors. Danganronpa 2, there were 5. And in Danganronpa 3, there were 6 again. So judging by that, there should be 5. And it would fit much, much more better than the previous pattern if we just alter it slightly like this. Because in Danganronpa 2, there were only 5, and each character personality fit together with the others. It's just minusing one person, the scared character. And in Danganronpa V3, it's completely fine if we just get rid of that scared character, because there's not really any timid / scared or even insane character in this game. I've read pretty much all of the character descriptions, all the ones that I need to know, and honestly, Gonta's the closest, but he's nothing like all the other ones. So the only issue with this is, it's with the hanging theory. So by removing Tenko, it alters what the hanging theory means. Because then there's Tenko hanging there for no reason. It's like she's trying to fit in with the others. Unless that's what she is doing. What if she is the traitor, trying to fit in with the others, just saying, hey, I'm one of you, the traitor's someone else, but meanwhile, it's actually her. Because with these two patterns, it fits perfectly. The hanging, the character personalities, and just the number of characters in each game that survive. It's been 5 to 6, 5 to 6. So judging by those 3 patterns, I can safely say that Kaidi, Kaito, Suichi, Kokichi, and Angie will all live in some way, shape, or form. So I do want to say one thing before I end the video, and it's that even though the pattern works and it seems like all the characters are going to survive, the ones chosen, for some reason I don't think that Kaidi will survive, the main character. I honestly don't know why. Ever since I saw her character, I just never thought that she'd live. I honestly have no reason for it, but it's just, I thought that. So anyways, I just wanted to say that just in case if I'm right about any of the stuff that I said in this video. So, yeah. So if you've already seen the game, please do not spoil anything at all. Don't even say if I'm close, if I'm right or wrong, or interesting theory. No, that's actually a good one. You should say that. Just interesting theory. Any of you, if you like it, just say so. It means a lot. But I know this theory is probably out there on the internet already because, I mean, I'm, like 4 or 5 months late? I don't know how long the game's been out. Or even these trailers or the characters. I don't know how long I've been away for. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and it's probably way too long for this simple explanation. But anyways, tell me what you think down below, or tell me your theories, and tell me who you think's going to survive. So do not say who you think is going to survive if you know who's going to survive, alright? Cool.